And I was like reading through every single sentence in the user manual because I'm not trying to die making my dinner. It's so, I am so excited. I mean, I was excited, but now I'm like super excited. So I'm pretty excited because it's not too often that I get to try something totally new to me. I cook a lot of different types of food. I have a good deal of cooking experience at this point, and so most things are just kind of a version of something else I've already done. And I guess you could say this is kind of that, but it feels different to me because we're using some different equipment. There's just some fun stuff going on, so I wanted to show you what we're making. So this is what we're working with. We've got a little tabletop burner here. We are making dakgalbi, which is like a Korean stir-fry thing, chicken and stuff, but we're using one of these tabletop burners to make it on the table. And this is the new paella pan that I did the seasoning video on, so if you missed that, I will link that video where I seasoned this whole pan and got it ready. But it's for this recipe. This is why I bought it. So Jason put it on there, and then the oil's getting hot, so we're gonna go ahead and put this on the pan, and then I'll show you more what's happening. Well, cats are scared of that. Alright. We got a few little guys who fell off the edge, but overall we're pretty good. Alright, so now that we got the stuff in the pan and it's sizzling away, and so far we haven't burnt the house down, I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about what we're actually making and why I'm excited about it. So this is a recipe. I'll link the YouTube video that I'm using for the recipe for this below in the description, so if you want to make it yourself. But this is a fun recipe because it is something that you cook on the tabletop, and one thing that was mentioned in the video for this was that it's a really good like party type food, because if you're entertaining a few people, you can prep all this stuff ahead of time and then just cook it on the table as part of the dinner experience, and then you as the host aren't kind of put out spending your whole time cooking and not really interacting with your guests, which I thought was a fun tip. So I don't know, we're trying this for just me and Jason tonight. We don't have like a bunch of people over here or anything. But it is a new thing, and even though it is kind of like a stir-fry type dish, and like I said, that's not new for me, I'm really excited about this pan and this whole tabletop situation because these are all new things that I just got, and I don't know, it's just something that's a little different, and it's nice to not be stuck at the stove. So we're gonna let this cook. I'll show you as it goes along, and I'll show you what's in it and everything as things are cooking down, and we're gonna see how it turns out. Fingers crossed. So we're cooking right along. It's not ready yet, but it smells so good in here. I wish you could smell what we're smelling, because it's phenomenal and it's getting me even more excited to eat it. And I think Jason's pretty excited too.
Oh, we had smell-o-vision. Should I just eat some right now?
Please don't. Please don't. No raw chicken. No
raw chicken. Nom, 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 nom. My dietitian said it was fine. Nom, nom, nom.
But seriously, what do you think so far? I mean,
it smells delicious. I think it's fun because you can like cook it while you're talking or doing whatever or recording your video. But no, it smells delicious. And so it's basil and this onions. Yeah,
well, we didn't talk about what's in it right now. So there is. I'll try to use a spoon as a pointer.
I'll point the thing.
Okay. So there's some cabbage. That's a sweet potato.
Oh, it's hot.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
That's a sweet potato.
Okay.
That is a piece of cabbage.
What's that?
That I think is a piece of chicken. That's some basil. So you're supposed to have genjip, which is like a Korean sesame leaf.
Genjip.
But we can't get that.
You say genjip?
No, not quite. I don't know if I'm saying right. Genjip.
Genjip.
Genjip. Neep.
Genjip.
Neep. Something like that. But we can't get that here. So basil is a acceptable replacement, I guess. But I did get seeds. I ordered seeds so we can grow it in the garden this year.
Oh, aren't you fancy? What about like an international store? I wonder if you can get it there.
Yeah, you could probably get it, but you know, we don't have easy access to things like that.
Yeah.
What else is in here? There's some onion in here, green onion and white onion. There's supposed to be carrot, but I forgot that, or we're out of them.
You were cutting up some kimchi, I thought. Is that?
That's for later.
That's not. So that's not in here right now.
That's not in it right now.
Well, you were cutting up something earlier.
And the chicken's in there, and then there's like a marinade that the chicken was in, and a sauce that has like lots of different spices and stuff. You know, the recipe. I'm linking the recipe so people can see the full shebang. But that's kind of the basic overview of what we've got rocking. So It's so, I am so excited. I mean, I was excited, but now I'm like super excited.
Do you have a picture of like the bag or whatever of the spice stuff that was into the marinade and everything? The red stuff?
I don't think so, but I'll link everything.
Well, everyone wants to see the bag.
Well, it's out in the pantry if you want to go grab it. Also, side note, I think Jason was laughing at me. Well, I know he was laughing at me a little bit because there were so many warnings with this stove because it's like a gas stove and you're using it inside and all that kind of stuff. And I was like reading through every single sentence in the user manual because I'm not trying to die making my dinner. So hopefully, I think so far so good. Nothing dramatic has happened yet. But I started to get a little like, oh, why did I do this? Because, you know, I mean, if you follow the instructions, it should be fine. But I guess there's a risk with everything, right? But now that we've actually got it cooking, and I think once I use it a couple times, I'll feel a lot more confident. But especially the first time using it, like reading all the warnings about how it could kill us, it was a little bit scary. All right, what you got?
This is it?
Yes.
Sarah, are you taking red pepper powder? Because you fine.
You can't see it.
But
The camera's going to overheat now. So
this is it, right?
Yeah, that is it.
Yeah.
That's gochugaru.
That's what I thought.
Gochu means pepper.
Oh. So it's pepper garu.
Yeah, and it's used in a lot of Korean recipes.
It's supposed to be refrigerated after opening for best quality.
Really? I didn't know that. Good thing you read the package.
Yes, I'm
That's surprising.
Yeah, I had never heard of that with like spice or something.
Yeah. Well, look at you.
It has 1% of our daily value of iron. So
Great.
dietitians should know that.
But yeah, that's a 1 pound bag. They had 5 pound bags too, but I mean, I don't think we're going to be using it that much.
Too.
But you also use that when you make kimchi, so if we ever decide to do any of that in our food preserving adventures this year, then, you know.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Alright, cooking's done. Now it's eating time. I'm try to grab this piece here. Jason's trying. What do you have? A piece of potato?
Uh-huh.
How is it?
Uh-huh.
It's hot.
Uh-huh. Oh.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Well, I can taste it good.
Taste what you can taste is good. Okay, so I've got a piece of chicken and some cabbage and I think some basil in there as well.
Is it delicious?
It's so good.
So delicious?
Yeah, let's eat more of it. So good. Alright, so we're moving on to part 2 of this whole thing. We packed up the leftovers of what was left in the pan, except for some little bits that I cut up and put on the bottom. And now we're going to make fried rice. So there's the cold rice. We've got some green onions and some seaweed. And then we're supposed to put in some kimchi and a little bit of sesame oil, 3 tablespoons for something like this. That's probably about a tablespoon. And then we're going to mix it up. I will say, if you're looking for an update on the pan and how it's performing after I did that whole seasoning video, so far I'm a little concerned because I can see a spot in the middle. I can show you after when we clean it, but it looks like, well, look right there, it looks like some of that seasoning I put on is coming off right there. So I don't know what to think about that, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Right now we're just eating dinner. Alright, now this is supposed to be like a special finish. We're going to push all the rice into the middle. As you can see, it's totally sticking to the pan, so I got this whole seasoning thing. I got thoughts, but not the topic of this video. Okay, that's going in there. I think I'm going to put a little oil around the edge because everything is so burny right now. Get a little bit of oil. And then we are putting eggs around the border.
Oh, wow. How fun.
Go around, eggs. Go around. Okay. And these are going to cook up fairly quickly, hopefully.
It's like Rice Mountain.
Yeah. I don't know, I've never done this before. We're just seeing what happens. This is what cooking is. You just try it and see if it works.
It's like the floor is lava, but the floor is eggs.
Alright, so I think our egg is cooked. It doesn't look as pretty as it did in her video, but We're not going for perfection here, people.
Looks delicious.
We're going for tasty. And I'm hoping that's what we've accomplished.
So do I get the rice at the same time?
Yeah, so in her video, people kind of scooped the egg and then got some rice and just kind of ate a little bite.
Oh,
That's how it worked, so.
Sorry, I can scoop it closer to you.
It'd be easier if it wasn't burning, but you know. Such is life.
I'm already just gonna be really hot. I'm gonna burn my tongue on camera. I'll be like, nah!
Yeah. Delightful?
Mm-hmm.
It looks delightful. Alright, let me get some. Okay, get a little bit of egg. Oh, that came up pretty well. A little bit of rice. How hot was it when you ate it?
Not very.
Okay. It's good. I feel like it's missing a little something.
A little something.
Not sure what it is.
Needs a little more spice after that last bit of spicy.
Yeah,
I feel
I feel like it feels a little underwhelming after all the delicious food, but it's not
maybe
bad.
Maybe mix in some of that marinade spice stuff.
Yeah, maybe we needed, or maybe I should have left more of the little bits on the bottom.
Oh yeah,
of
that could be true.
It almost tastes like it needs salt. Like,
Yeah.
she put on seaweed that was like in a shaker, so maybe that has salt in it.
Salty seaweed.
And she also put flying fish roe, which I think probably has some saltiness too, which I just couldn't find.
We're out of flying fish roe.
I couldn't get that at
We
the
finished
store.
it last week.
So, if I made it again, I'd have to do something to adjust it. But it's good. It's just not as good as what we just ate, but still delicious.
Would you say it needs more flying fish roe?
Hey, so that's how our dinner ended, but I wanted to give you a little follow-up on the pan since I talked about that a lot in this video, and it was a bit of an experience. So when I went to clean the pan, it was a thick layer of stuff. I put water in it, I put it on the stove to try to boil it up, but it was like a thick layer of burnt stuff. So one, probably not the best thing to cook in this pan for the first time after seasoning it. Two, I should have put more oil in the pan, but once I got most of that stuff off, I could kind of see what happened, so I wanted to show you what it looks like now. So first off, as you can see, I still need to do a little bit of work. There's a couple patches here that like the most stubborn areas that I haven't been able to get off, so I still need to work on these. Overall, though, it didn't pull off all the seasoning on the pan, but you can definitely see, like, here's the edge versus where the food was cooking. When I pulled off the black stuff, a lot of the seasoning came with it. So, you know, we're gonna work with it. I'm gonna get this cleaned up, and then I think what I'm gonna do is do another layer of seasoning, and then, you know, see what happens from there. I also might try cooking something in it that's not, you know, as much going on as that was, just to try to get some more extra seasoning from cooking going on. And then, like I said, I'll definitely use more oil when I make that dish again, because I think that was one of the issues. I just definitely didn't use enough oil in the pan to begin with. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I did mention it earlier in the video and it is linked up in the cards, but this is a pan where I did a whole video about me seasoning it. It's a new pan. I bought it specifically for this recipe, so I thought it was worth giving you guys an update on it, so you would know how it was actually working, since this is the recipe we ended up using it for. So if you want to see more about what went into all of this, then definitely watch that video. But overall, the meal was delicious. I'm very happy with it. It's definitely something we're gonna make again. I already have it on my meal plan again, and we'll just keep playing with the pan and see if we can figure out how to use it to get the best out of it. So that's it for this video. I hope you like this more kind of like vloggy style video of just us making a fun new recipe and seeing what happens. Let me know in the comments if you like this sort of thing or what you think, because it is something kind of new here on the channel. Not kind of new, definitely new here on the channel. So I'd like to know what you think about the format. And if you happen to be new here and you want more healthy eating tips and nutrition info and videos like this one, then make sure that you subscribe, because eating healthy and living a healthy lifestyle really doesn't have to be complicated, and I want to show you how to do it. And if you want to watch some more videos, I have a couple linked over here that you might like. Thanks for watching. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you next time.